Hey guys, it's Mr. Ballinger. I'm here for another read aloud. Tonight starts the Jewish holiday of Hanukkah. So if you look up on the wall, I have the menorah, which they light for 8 days for Hanukkah. There's the dreidel, which is the top that they play a game with. And then there's the Star of David. So I'm going to read to you the story of Hanukkah. Now, I know some of the words I'm not going to say correctly, so I apologize. I'm going to try my best. Story of Hanukkah. The Hanukkah story begins in Israel, a long time ago, when it was called Judea. At that time, the Jews who lived there were farmers and shepherds. On holidays, they all went to the beautiful temple in Jerusalem. The temple was on top of a mountain and called the House of God. Its gates were covered with gold and silver. Inside was a ner tamid, a light that always burned. For a long time, the Jews lived in peace, although they did not rule their land. Then a Greek, Antiochus the fourth became king. He tore down the walls of Jerusalem. Thousands were killed. Anyone who lit Sabbath candles, studied Jewish law, or refused to bow to Greek idols was put to death. The king's men came to the town of Modin. They demanded that Mattathias, an old priest, worship one of their gods. Mattathias refused. He threw down the idol and called out, "Whoever is for the Lord our God, follow me." Mattathias ran to the hills. His 5 sons and many other Jews followed him. Antiochus' army chased after Mattathias. But when the soldiers came near, brave Jews hiding behind large rocks and inside caves attacked. Then they ran back to the hills and hid. Mattathias and his followers were farmers and shepherds, but they fought like trained soldiers. When Mattathias died, his son Judah became their leader. Judah was called the Maccabee, which means the hammer. The people who fought with him were called Maccabees. The king's army came with bows, arrows, swords, horses, and armored elephants, but they weren't able to beat the Maccabees. In the final battle, there were more than 6 armed soldiers to each Maccabee, but still the mighty army of Antiochus was beaten. Judah then led the Maccabees to Jerusalem. The Maccabees cried when they saw the temple ruined and filled with garbage. They cleaned it, they built a new altar, new gates, and new doors. When it came time to light the ner tamid, they found just one small jar of pure oil, only enough to burn for 1 day. But that oil burned for 8 days, until more oil could be prepared. On the 25th day of the Hebrew month Kislev, the temple again became the house of God. Judah declared that every year on that date, an 8-day holiday would begin. The holiday was called Hanukkah, which means dedication. It celebrates the day the temple was rededicated. That was more than 2,000 years ago. Today, all over the world, Jews celebrate Hanukkah by lighting candles, singing Hanukkah songs, and eating latkes, potato pancakes, and sufganiyot. I'm not sure. Jelly donuts. Latkes and sufganiyot are prepared in oil and remind Jews of the Hanukkah miracles. In many homes, people exchange Hanukkah gifts. Children also play a game with a 4-sided spinning top called a dreidel. On each side of the dreidel is a different Hebrew letter. The first letters of the Hebrew sentence Nes Gadol Haya Shem, which means a great miracle happened there. It happened in Jerusalem. Hanukkah celebrates one of the first fights for religious freedom. So, I hope you learned some about Hanukkah if you didn't know about it before. If you celebrate Hanukkah, happy Hanukkah. It's an 8-day celebration. Starts tonight. Talk to you guys later. Bye.